Hello, my name is Abe. Welcome back to the Last Divinity Monster Train DLC shenaniganery. No. No, I'm gonna random. If we random the Red Queen, I've got some ideas for how to play with her. I've been thinking. I actually rewatched some parts of my old videos regarding her and try to figure out strategies that were working back then. This was prior to the Last Divinity. But if it happens, it happens. You know, if we get the Red Queen, I'll try my best to succeed as her. But for now, we're going up against Seraph the Patient as Exiled, Wormkin Awoken. So we're gonna have the buff cards and the infused Echo Breaks. I hate the Echo Breaks, I think they're trash. Seraph the Patient, Rally, and Incant. We can't stop those, we don't have silence, so this boss is going to inflict a lot of melee weakness, potentially do 100 damage in a floor, so we really need to find a way of dealing with that. Daze would be nice to daze the enemies, healing or armor would be good, just big tanks. I don't really know how I'm gonna deal with this, but we'll find some way. Echo Snare, consume, apply, reap, steel enhancers, +3/+3, total recall, consume, return 3 random spells from the discard to your hand and apply consume. So this is a very consume heavy build in theory. I like total recall because it puts them in your hand, not on the top of your draw pile. But we'll, obviously just see what we get here. Units get, yeah, okay, you probably just go with the units. Getting upgraded units is so important, and in particular with Awoken, I would love to get some Animus of Wills, give them just an amazing amount of upgrades and just let them go wild. Now it is also tempting to get the Split Anvil, but you might notice right now, a lot of the cards we have are cheap. And a lot of the good consume cards from the Wormkins, they are also pretty cheap. They have extract costs or they're consuming. So I think we can go with units getting an extra upgrade slot. And shells or repeater to return a consumed card to your hand. Considering we have 3 consumed cards plus an ability to make more consumed cards, this seems like the no-brainer choice. I love the eggs, but if we create big units, we don't need to create eggs. We can just consume our own cards. Although this also works because you can consume cards to remove shells, but I think the repeater is the one that we want here. And then screw the divine boons. I am not ready and willing to put that nonsense onto the field here. Some spikes is not really that big of a problem. Echo Breaks can get a kill. The Echo Snares can get a kill. The Echo Right does not have a lot of health, but we have targeted damage, so I think that this is a perfectly fine option to take. Also, hello, welcome to the stream, Bronx Bomber. No Isaac today? Nope, we're starting with Monster Train on today's recording session. So, Echo Right has to go up. No. This will kill the entire floor. And then we're guaranteed to get an Echo Snare back. If we're guaranteed to get it back every turn, we don't need this one to come back around in the deck, but we could still draw it in order to apply a lot of reap on the boss. I think we'll just leave it, because, we guarantee to get one every turn. And that's nice, because it's effectively card draw. So they're all dead again. Now you're dead. We can buff our champion, put up a Train Steward. Maybe we should have played a Root Seeds, but, it seems pretty good. Keep buffing you. Total Recall will apply consume to a lot of cards. I actually don't want this right now. I want Echo Snare next turn to kill all of the backline garbage units. So we're gonna start like that. Train Steward. Might just try to go on the second floor. Yeah, because now all of the clergymen are dead. We only have the primary boss to fight, and, honestly, I kind of feel like just buffing the champion is the way to go. And, again, another consume. It's not really doing that much here, but we could also total recall to consume additional cards, including that free card that we have. So now we play it at least one more time. We'll play a Root Seeds to consume it. Ideally, we'd be consuming free cards. That way we would get them every single turn that we draw it. But it's hard to guarantee Oh, right, I got 2 of these. It's hard to guarantee that you get the free card every single turn, because it's a random card that comes back from Consume. Also, hello, welcome Nabezilla to the stream. Also, Ponsku has never... You don't know what Monster Train is? Honestly, you need to go back and watch some of my Slay the Spire series on YouTube, because, it's, you know, this is kind of a continuation of that. Now, this is an interesting card choice. Bounding Echoes is very good for getting that infusion, but Echo Infusion is also incredible at making a tank. I feel like getting infusion is probably better than extracting 1 and applying 10 health. Ideally, I would like both of these cards, but I'm gonna take the one that's infused first, and then hopefully we'll be able to get another copy of the other card later. As for this, I mean, tanks from the Awoken work really well with regen, but I think just a raw Glimmer is ideal. If we're thinking about long term, eventually I'm gonna want this to have piercing and holdover. That would really help with some of the waves from the Last Divinity. The Last Divinity, had to remember his name. Divine Temple. Let's go with an Awoken unit and see what we get. Multi-strike. Steelsinger infused. Gain 80 max health, rejuvenate +1 attack permanently. So that's, I guess that's what we're gonna do. So Vine, they're both rare, which is great. Vine Mother to get a random sting is okay, but you have to go with a Steelsinger. This is exactly what we want with multi-strike. It's a big unit, but who cares? It's a tank, it's a damage dealer, and it's going to have insane damage. It's kind of like an Overgorger, you know? It's kind of like an Overgorger that just gets buffed as you keep playing your run. Now, is there anything that we want to put inside of the Steelsinger? No. In fact, what we want to do is we want to buff this and then maybe dupe it later. It's wicked expensive though, so I don't know what's gonna happen with that. Spell Chain. So Spell Chain would be, it's actually a pretty good one with Steel Enhancer. For 1 energy, you get +6/+6 on a unit. The Glimmer is also nice to maybe trigger some regens. Total Recall, you could play it twice. I do like a Spell Chain holdover Steel Enhancer, but +3/+3 is rather low as far as the buffs go. I'd rather have the Spell Chain on a Echo Infusion or Echo Transfer to be able to buff attack or health by 10 as opposed by 3. It's still okay though. I actually feel like we just say nothing. Let's get some better cards before we start chaining them. Units appear on each floor. Not really a big problem. 1 Reap will deal with all these enemies. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. Now, one thing that's worth pointing out is that I actually don't have any regen now that I think about it. So the Steelsinger is not really doing all that much. Also, the Echorite is gonna die. But in theory, eventually we can make it so that this Steelsinger is like kick-ass. Don't buff him. I guess we're just gonna buff you and let you go. I really can't play the Echorite. They're also gonna all haste up to the top. I guess we're just not gonna play the champion on this combat. The enemies, they're gonna do some damage to the pyre, but that's kind of what we acknowledge. We also did not get any of the Reap cards that I wanted, so that's highly unfortunate. Suppose what we'll do is ice you and ice you. They're not doing that much pyre damage. We do have a Bounding Echoes. So we'll play it. Buff you. I guess kill all of you. Start giving you a little bit more health. We do need to start buffing that HP as much as possible. Consume. Well, let's see what we get. If we get something that targets damage, that's beautiful for us. Both Steel Enhancers is okay. You sweep and do 6 damage. Honestly, this is probably the better play. We have, again, no other healing cards, so regen is very important for us at this point. Hopefully we get some at some point. You also have a bunch of reap on you, so you should die when you make it up. Also, we did get our champion. It's not like our champion can really do anything, unfortunately. All right. But yeah, regen and regen holdover would be like the best things for us at this point. So there is an Echo Infusion, the card that I was thinking about getting. We also do have a Proclamation to just deal a bunch of damage, and it is affected by magic power. I always think about these cards though, and I think, will this be good enough when we hit Last Divinity? The answer I come up with is usually no, but I do love an Echo Infusion for tanking. And I think we need a Wildwood Sap. We need to get as many regen triggers happening as quickly as possible, so we want to duplicate this card, give it double stack, get the heals going, because the heals are super important. Now, we could go to Merchant of Magic and try to upgrade the card, remove Consume, or give it Holdover. Or we could upgrade units and maybe make the Steelsinger even better. But unit upgrading can happen like at any time. Trying to think about what's coming up. I actually do like this Merchant of Magic for an artifact. And then maybe get an artifact and a Merchant of Steel coming up next. So if that's the case, we should probably upgrade. We should probably get a unit, then we should probably get as many units as possible. That tends to be the way that I like doing things. And we don't really need a unit upgrade right now. We can upgrade the units later. Let's go for a unit. Bog Chrysalis or Kinhost Vessel. On summon, apply or create 2 Bog units, or on strike, apply Reap. These are both bad. I'll be honest, as such, I actually don't want either of these. Yeah, I don't want either of these. I'm just gonna say no. Because I don't want to build around, this is kind of exactly what I wanted. I don't want to build around the, yeah, this is fine. I don't want to build around the egg build. I don't think it's good enough. Now, are we gonna try? You know, we can make this cheaper. Again, you know what? We have the Consume Champion. We can just consume cards and bring them back. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Good point, brain. Major refraction or minor refraction? All right. So here's a question. Do you give this guy a major refraction to give him 6 capacity, or do you make him 1 capacity? And I gotta admit, a 1 capacity tank that gets like 140 health seems amazing. We won't have room to put another gem shard on him, but he goes from 4 capacity to 1 capacity. That's gotta be the play, right? He's such a good tank. He's really tiny, but now we have room to put the champion behind him. We have room to put other units behind him. That feels like the way to go. Okay, and now let's try to remember, always consume the good cards and bring them back with a champion. And this is our only unit in the deck, so we always get this guy every turn. So we're gonna start at the top. It buys us as many turns as possible for getting regen triggers. We don't have any regen triggers right now, which is unfortunate, but we'll get some later. We'll just buff your health a little bit. And then if we can duplicate this guy later, he could be like 100 times 2 from the get-go, and that would be like really nice. Okay, so we'll consume this here, and in order to kill some units, I'm just gonna put down a Sacrificial Train Steward, although I guess we could have just played that on one of our other units, or one of them, I guess. No regen, it'll come up, it'll come up. So apply Infuse, then give me an Echo Snare, although again, we can just play this anywhere to get some kills. Then infuse other cards and draw them so I can get rid of them. You're dying, you're taking 29 damage, which is pretty good. Guess we'll probably just draw and just wait for that regen card to show up. There it is, and that has to get played because now he's gonna get strength permanently. is exactly what we want. So we'll ice you and turn. The run kind of plays itself a little bit. You know, I'm kind of just, yo, you're not dead. You're only taking 20, yo, we gotta kill you. I guess to kill you, we'll kind of do it like this. Beautiful. Yeah, at this point, we're just gonna buff this Steelsinger and see what works. I do like these Echo Snares coming back. They're actually doing a good job of lightly killing the enemies that make it up every floor, which is pretty sweet. And I should probably not even consume that card because I don't want it. I want the one that buffs the Steelsinger with HP bonuses, so. So yeah, I'm gonna stop consuming. Well, we still have 7 regen. You're gonna die before the 7 regen ticks, so I'll consume some stuff. Turn 3 random spells from the discard pile to your hand. It's gonna be a while until we get 2 cards back from our champion. That'll happen when we get the 3rd level upgrade. So it's gonna take a while. Infused, apply +10 and spikes 3. Extract to apply -666. I think this is actually a very good card to kill the boss units on Last Divinity. We seem to be very good at applying infusion. Now, Cycle of Life is good. Apply +10 health and spikes 3, but we have health. What we need now is damage. Inspire +2 armor 2. Infused, sweep, slay. I do like this as a quick unit. +15, +15, +1, and spikes 10. We could put spikes on the Steelsinger to get them more kills, but is spikes 10 enough? I'm gonna say the answer to that is probably a no. But I do like a Shattered Shell. I think that's a great unit, and it fits on the floor with everything else because it's 5 capacity and we have 2, 2, and 1 because our tank is now 1. The Inspire is also interesting for armor, but we have healing, and we're going to try to go into healing. So I think you take Shattered Shell, and you try to make this like a super quick unit. As for this, energy, draw, or capacity, I think we want draw to get to the good cards faster. Capacity is not a problem with our new tank. Now, I'm actually very tempted to duplicate the regen, so that we can get more regen faster, because he's only a, where is he? He's only a 31 times 2. We only healed him, I guess, 11 times. We need to heal him more so that he gets that rejuvenation trigger as quickly as possible. We could also go for artifact, we could also go for, you know, gold. I actually do, I think, prefer the card removal. Get the bad stuff out of the deck. Get it out of the deck. As for Divine Temple, I actually have literally no idea what we would possibly upgrade. Etch to apply armor or resolve spell. Eventually this will give us 2 consume spells every turn, which is what I want. Upgrade a spell to cost -2. Magic power and piercing. This is actually what I wanted on the Glimmer, so I think we'll take it on the Glimmer. And then holdover would be good there. Slay +3, +3, +10. No? I could put a Steelsinger in a Steelsinger, like duplicate it and then merge it right now. But I have to feel like waiting is better, because if you wait, then you can make this guy stronger. If I do merge him, he would be a 50 times 2 with +40 health. He'd come out as 100 HP. This is also the only units we're gonna get. Is this, wait, hold on. Yeah, these are the only banner units we're gonna get on the run. All right, well, that's a little scary. There are other units though. Let's take a quick look. We're in Wormkin. See, I think you can get eggs, but, oh, maybe you can't get eggs, but you can also get, with the Awoken units, you can get like Shard Channeler, Edge Prior. These channelers are things that you can add to your deck later. So, you know, we could add +1 draw each turn. Is there a way to see? Yeah, unit essences. So we could get like +1 draw each turn. Resolve, apply spikes 2 to friendly units. Resolve, restore 5 health to friendly units. Edge Prior would actually be a very good one, but we can also always put this on something else if we want. Rejuvenate, meh. So yeah, I think we're honestly at a point where we can't really upgrade our units much anymore. So do we want to double up on Sap or double up on Steelsinger? I think we want to double up on Sap. We need to get as much of this as possible, I think. And then I think we're just gonna go. Divine Temple, Relic, Divine Temple, Relic. Normally this is a Divine Temple. The fact that there's only 2 coming up is a little sketch, but you know, we'll make do. We'll get good spells. You know, we have a good unit. Let's get better spells. Let's get the Glimmer to have holdover. You know, let's get some of that nonsense upgraded. Bum 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 bum. I would love to put Spell Chain on the heal card. We actually can't do that though, because what we have to do is we have to get the upgrade, the artifact that lets us get a 3rd upgrade on spells before we could upgrade those doubled spells anymore, because it's just not how it works, unfortunately. I would also like to make Pyrestone Housing frozen, and like we got things that we need to do. Unfortunately, the Shattered Shell is like never gonna get a kill, but I think we just acknowledge that. Maybe we can get you a kill here. It's looking like you're gonna all hit the pyre, because I don't think I can stop you, so I'm just gonna give you more health. Our damage is kind of low, admittedly. Wow, where is our freaking cards? Our damage is kind of low, admittedly, at least right now. But we'll get there, I hope. Get prepared for like a perfect insanity or something. No more cards to draw, so there was nothing consumed. There we go, there's the consume. That'll just murder you. Should not have played that. That was a silly mistake. We should not have played that because we want to draw the regen every turn. So there's the Glimmer. Regen, regen. Now if we could only live for 29 turns. Probably should have used that as well. But again, don't play any consume cards. Don't play this one either. But I kind of had to. We're healing a lot, which is beautiful. I mean, we're 49 times 2, 170 HP unit. That's pretty decent. We're not gonna be able to play Perfect Insanity, so we'll just keep buffing your health even more. And I actually don't want to make anyone stronger because I wanna live as long as possible to get as many heals as possible. Pew pew. But so far, this is working quite well. The fights are not difficult. What's gonna be difficult is just ensuring that we are healing as much as possible to make this guy as strong as possible before we dupe him. We might honestly dupe him, like, now, because we don't have too many opportunities to, like, meld units, you know? But a 40 times 2 unit is still, like, okay. Return a spell card from the discard pile to your hand and apply Infused -1 and Consume. Discard pile to your hand and apply Infuse -1 and Consume. So we could slowly consume cards. Even just bringing back like a Glimmer or an Insanity might be okay, because then we can consume the Glimmer and then get it over and over again. I think Return Soul could work if we go around the Consume build. Draw 1 each turn. Well, that is something that we can meld. You know, we can meld this into the tank and then every turn get additional draw. Or we could get a raw heal that also gives some regen. Draw +1 each turn. Is it worth it for like a +2 card draw every turn? Probably not. I'd rather have the Steelsinger like just have another better benefit, but it is still tempting. It's very tempting. I do like the Awake though. Just a nice big quality heal. But if we have the double stack regens, do we really need this? Yeah. Yeah. Give me another big heal. Okay, so we can't dupe anything. I really don't think unit upgrades are what we need. The unit that we have that is important is fine. So let's go for spells and maybe make the spells really powerful. Daze units, I don't think I'm gonna be operating on this floor. Engraft is a heal? Yeah, but it's not a good enough heal unless you can get it like holdover and spell chain. I don't think it's good enough, because on that turn, it does give you a regen trigger and draws another card on the next turn, but I want the draw usually on the turn that I would play it, which doesn't really happen, not without holdover. But I have other things that need holdover. I'm not going to give it to Engraft, so I don't think it's particularly helpful. We're not really summoning a lot of units, so I think you will go for the Daze, and then maybe we will try to put like a sweeper at the bottom eventually. So gain double stack. I mean, regen 6 is pretty decent. You know what? This is a good one to play with Returned Soul. If we make it 3, we can bring it back and then play it for free, in theory. But it is rather wicked expensive. So I think I'd rather just make it cheaper. And then put some magic power on, you know, an Echo Break. I would love to double stack this. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have seen if we could have gotten something to cost -2. We didn't. But we do have Spell Chain, and now I am very tempted to like Spell Chain either returns a Spell Chain Returned Soul. Sounds really freaking good. Because then you could return 2 cards into your hand every turn and consume them and play them and then get them back eventually. So we could even like bring back Glimmer every turn. And if we consume Returned Soul, we have a chance of drawing it with the champion, or we could draw the card that we really wanted. So that's a tempting one. That's a tempting one. I do also like Echo Infusion, but we have health covered. I don't think we need the health. I think what we need is something that can do more damage. Glimmer, I still would like holdover on that. I think a Spell Chain Return Soul could be some very interesting stuff. As for mind melding the units, I don't think we merge anything. Normally, I'm a big fan of merging units, but on this run, I don't see when we're gonna have an opportunity to do that. Okay, I guess you're gonna have 90 health now. He's an extremely big boy. Also, LeChat, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Yeah, I mean, it seems good. This entire run is essentially gonna hinge on if we can get this one unit strong as quickly as possible. So do we want double stack on something? I think that's too expensive, so we're gonna reroll. Permafrost. Permafrost, Perfect Insanity seems the way to go. Magic Power and Consume. I don't really want to consume these. I'd rather they just leave the deck. But we'll make Awake cost 1, and then I think I'll start purging a couple of cards. I'm gonna start with the Train Stewards because they are essentially useless. Then I think we'll just keep moving on. I'm just gonna try to purge cards as quickly as possible. Spike 6 does not really matter. Like, even if they kill the champion, I really don't care. But I also still just don't really see this working. I still feel like I've messed up somewhere along the line, and I don't know how we're gonna succeed on this run. You know? Can't even play the Shattered Shell up here. But, you know, we're still gonna start like this. That's important so that we can so that we can get as many heals as possible. Apply consume to 3 random spells. Well, I guess we could do that and spell chain it back. Well, actually, we can't spell chain Steel Enhancer back, but I still would like to spell chain, so. I guess we'll do it. Infuse -1 and consume. Let's make this. Let's make the consume Echo Break cheap, so if we draw it, we can play it for free. And then we'll play it again to do the same thing with this cheap Echo Break. Now, we'd rather bring back Return Soul, which we can then play to bring back an Echo Break. Oh, this is the strategy. You make all of your cards really cheap, so if they consume and come back, you just play them again. That's gonna be the strategy. Okay, so there are no more spells in my draw pile. Which is fine. That does 5 damage, which is enough to kill you. This does 16 damage. Oh, but I can't play it. So this does 6 damage, this does more than 6 damage. I think I'm just gonna ice these units. And we're just waiting for a regen. There we go. So, regen. Awake, which is a heal on this turn. Our champion is dying as well. I could put the regen on them, but I'd much rather just kill these units as they move up and not have to worry about the champion. Also, the champion's not multi-striking, so I think we will Wildwood Sap here. So this does 5 damage. That is enough to get a kill. We'll buff you even further. We did get our consume regen back. I mean, we can, I don't think, okay, here's the thing. I don't think the problem on this run is going to be Relentless. I think the problem on this run is gonna be the waves of enemies, because I don't really have a lot of good ways of killing them. Okay, that's good. That's also okay. We don't really need the regen. We should probably play something else. If I play 2 infusions here, I can kill a unit, but then you're gonna hit the pyre. Can I kill you? How much damage are we doing right now? Not enough. That's not even close. Could buff your damage to 55. You would do 110 damage. I can kill all the units on this floor, so I'm going to do that. I believe I had to do it in that exact order, but we got another sap back, and the sap is kind of what I was interested in anyways. So we have the sap, but we also have a glimmer, which we can use to heal our units or kill units down here. I think I'll kill the units down here because we can always Echo Break our champion to keep him alive, which seems like a pretty good call. Apply confuse to card or infuse to cards in hand. Might as well. We'll get ready for a perfect insanity at some point. Return spells from the discard pile to your hand and apply consume. Okay, so we will buff your health and then glimmer, which will give us another regen trigger. And hopefully we get the glimmer back or the regens, I don't care which really. The awake is a good card because that's another regen trigger. Shattered Shell is just trash. I guess we'll just keep buffing your damage. But again, I don't really want to buff you too much because I really would prefer it if you lived as long as possible, get as many heals as possible. So you know what? You have 42 stacks of regen, which is pretty decent. There's another regen trigger. All right. Pew 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 pew. This unit is starting to get pretty buff, and then if we duplicate him later, it's going to help a lot for the waves that are making it up. And honestly, you know, dazing units at the pyre seems pretty decent. I'll take it. 15 damage for each spell and consume. Apply consume to drawn spells. Return a consumed spell to the top of your draw pile. To be able to choose a spell, I think is okay. And then restore 5 health to friendly units on resolve. This is exactly what I wanted, because it'll buff the damage of our tanks and make our tanks buff themselves. Edge Prior was actually the one I was thinking about. So we want to infuse this on our big boy units and then duplicate them. So we'll probably go the left path here, to meld and then duplicate him immediately. Because we need to get shard pacts. We have like no shard pacts at all. For here, I think we probably just go for card removal and a free artifact, because the removal is still very important. As for the cards that we don't want, I think we don't want these Echo Breaks. I'd rather Root Seeds the heals and also get more draw out of them. So yeah, we'll get rid of these Echo Breaks, which are not really that important. At the start of turn, add a Vine Grasp with Purge to your hand. That's amazing. Because it can allow you to reorder the enemy units or break Spell Shield. This is also an interesting one, Encased Divinity. Are these both like rare artifacts? Is that how it works? Do you get like high quality artifacts, low quality artifacts, or is it completely random? Encased Divinity. At the start of battle, the top floor gains 1 that cannot be removed. This doesn't matter. This matters to reorder units so that we can more accurately get kills without overkilling units, you know? Because that is kind of important, I think. Shattered Shell being large doesn't really matter, but to get another unit out in the field is okay. Eventually, when we play both of our tank units, we could have a tank unit guard the Shattered Shell so that they can sweep on the bottom floor. So this is, I think, okay if we can get quick later. There's no real point in re-rolling though. When 1 or more infusion is added to a floor, apply Reap to a random enemy unit twice. At the start of turn, add a Sting to your hand. I also like this. So we're gonna have 2 free spells every turn. The Sting could get consumed, but it also is card draw. So to be able to get some additional card draw seems okay. And if we consume them, you know, whatever, it's a Sting. It's not amazing, but it is card draw and we can get to the better stuff faster. When 1 or more is added to a floor, play Reap to a random enemy unit. I think that's okay. It might mess with the floors to a small extent, but I don't think it's gonna be that bad. Nabezilla says, Perfect Insanity is not damage. That is correct. It just reduces HP. And if I could play it on a boss, we might wanna do that. So there's our Vine Grasp and Sting. Rally Days. I hate getting Shattered Shell and Steelsinger on the same turn. I think we're just going to Reap down here, honestly. So we're going to Reap. Play you guys. And then we got a Sting, which will get us more card draw next turn. We will Vine Grasp to get another kill. And then I'm not gonna play Broken Memories because I don't want to draw the Reap card. We're gonna get the Reap card immediately just because it's a trigger from, or a resolve trigger from our champion. Look at how many cards we have. It's actually kind of nice. So spells will make spells expensive. Well, it is what it is. Unfortunately, it is what it is. What I'll try to do is play as many as possible that don't matter, and then we'll get the regen out, which is the most important spell in the deck. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have a hand of 10 cards. That's pretty good. Perfect Insanity. We could Perfect Insanity on this turn, so let's do it. I know you're getting stronger, but it doesn't matter. So we could lower his health by 666. So he's a third dead, essentially. No one here has sweep or anything, so we're just gonna buff you and keep buffing you. As my tank, you deserve it. And kill one of you. Dude, that's a nice, you know, pair of artifacts to have. We just get a lot of free cards every turn. And there's our sap back. So we'll just sap him, although let's see what we have in hand. Return a spell from the discard pile to your hand and apply Consume. So we could bring back Echo Infusion, we could bring back Perfect Insanity, Broken Memories. I think Echo Infusion is a good one. We also have the regens, which should be played. We also have Return Soul. Discard pile to your hand. Discard pile to your hand and apply Consume. We have a lot of things to play. It's kind of what it boils down to. I think we should put the Edge Prior out. That way the Glimmer's free. And then a Vine Grasp, which just doesn't matter. So we'll purge it. I think we will get more sap out. And then Return Soul. Something that's gonna cost less and have Consume. Yeah, let's freeze Perfect Insanity. We'll play it later. This is a strange build. But it's kind of working so far. I don't know if it'll work forever, but it's kind of working so far. I mean, our tank has 186 damage, and then when we put the Edge Prior inside of them, they're gonna heal for 5 every turn, which will buff themselves and also buff the Echo Right. And then if I have both Steelsingers on the same floor, they'll get 2 permanent +1 damage triggers off of Rejuvenate every single turn. It just kind of works. It just kind of works. So I need one more. I mean, you're gonna die, but let's, you know, play semi-smart. I need one more spell to play Perfect Insanity. So now you have 688 HP. It's pretty good. He's like almost freaking dead. So any heal needs to be played. That's just a good card to play. You have almost 200 health now. The damage output is a problem. It is. I'm hoping that Echo Snares, you know, Reap plus a whole bunch of charged Echoes might be enough to kill units as they move up. Maybe the Sweeper will help, but I am very worried about, you know, the long-term survivability of this. The bosses against the Last Divinity, I'm not that worried about because of the fact that we can Perfect Insanity them. It's just everything else is what I'm worried about here. Are you not dying? 69 times 2. So that's 138 damage. I need to buff your damage by 5. Or play this to kill you. Okay, now you're taking 75. Now you're both dead. Okay, I just have to make sure that they're all dead. Because they have a lot of HP. We're not really taking many pact shards, but we will eventually. Just right now, it doesn't seem very important, does it? There's Perfect Insanity. So I actually could kill the boss right now, but I'm not going to. I want regen, so we're gonna get as many regen triggers as we freaking can. So Sting needs to be played. Discard pile to your hand and apply Consume. So I don't mind consuming the free cards. So we'll play Steel Enhancer. If I buff your damage enough, can you kill this guy? I think you can. Then we'll play Steel Enhancer. Then we'll bring back 3 cards from the discard pile to your hand and give them Consume. And we know what cards are going to be coming back. These are the cards we just played. Now you're able to kill this guy in 1 hit. We'll bring back the card that brings back more cards. And then we will return a spell card from the discard pile to your hand and make it cheaper and apply Consume, which is only itself. Well, you know what? Let's play that so we have another card to make cheaper in the future. That was a silly card to play at that time, but it's okay. I guess. There's the Glimmer, Sting, Sting. I guess we can just keep stacking up regen. I mean, you have 37 regen. Nothing is gonna kill you. Make it cheaper. Bring back the Glimmer so that we get another activation of Rejuvenation. We'll get another card back and make it cheaper and give it Consume, which is gonna be this one, which is gonna be this one. I don't know why I'm doing this, I just am, okay? We got Bounding Echoes. Apply Infuse to cards in hand. Heal you. Heal you. You have 49 regen. Again, we're not gonna have any problems dealing with Relentless. You can't kill me. You cannot kill me. Pew pew! Ba-da-bum, bum, bum. I can't believe I have literally only one unit that I've been playing, and we're still alive. Resolve apply spikes to friendly units. I don't want spikes, I want regen triggers, which is what we're gonna get here. You're 69 times 2, which is actually pretty decent, and we're about to double you, so I feel like that's okay. Now, we could also Adaptive Mutation, which, now that I think about it, when this guy has 170 HP to be able to flip it, seems pretty freaking good. Now, Energy Draw or Capacity. Draw is not a problem. We have way too many cards in hand. I need to play more cards. Capacity is not a problem because we know where we're going to be placing our units, and we have small units. So we're going to go Energy on this one. This is so strange, but like, it's working. We are going to keep removing cards and duplicating cards because this is when we're going to duplicate our champion, I think. We can't do it here. So yeah, we have to mind meld here. I guess we could duplicate down here and then also upgrade units one more time. So duplicate units, money, upgrade units, and then here, I mean, here's the thing, I'd actually rather do this and then like go straight into Merchant of Magic to upgrade our spells. Maybe put holdover on something. I do worry about not, fully utilizing that one unit that we have in our deck right now, the Shattered Shell, because he's not quick. But if he was quick, he'd be a lot freaking better. I like what we got right now. It's a big decision though. Do you remove 2 cards or duplicate a card? Remove 2 cards could go with upgrading spells and then, we could upgrade spells and then duplicate a card, or we could do card removal duplication here and then either upgrade spells or forge units and then maybe duplicate another card down here. I think we need to duplicate. Duplicate your best thing, right? So let's duplicate our best thing. Let's also remove trash that we're not playing. Like, we really do not need all of these root seeds. So we'll get rid of 2 of these. We'll probably get rid of a garbage Echo Break. Then, upgrade our champion. Return 2 consumed cards is beautiful. Spell Chain. Spell Chain, Total Recall, and maybe make it cheaper. Restore 5 health. So the Edge Prior goes into the Steelsinger. Now that's a buff every turn, permanent buff. And then we're gonna make 2 of them. Okay, now we're at 80 packed shards. We'll get 15 if we take this Divine Horde. So we do need to get like a little bit more. Turn a consume spell to the top of your draw pile. To get a specific spell back every turn, I think is the way to go. So we're gonna Spell Chain Broken Memories. Okay, and then we know what we're taking next turn, which is an artifact, and then it doesn't matter what we take beyond that. Well, I guess we don't have to take the artifact, but we could. Now, Spell Shield 2. Scary, but I don't think it matters. Because I think Reap gets around Spell Shield. It is going to be annoying that we can't kill like the Winged Conduit every turn. The damage doesn't matter though. And we don't have spells that do raw damage. We have a spell that removes 666 health, but we don't have raw damage output. And we did not get our important units on this turn, which it sucks, but that's okay. We can still put out the Shattered Shell. These units are dazed, so we are killing the winged conduit. I think we're gonna keep oh, you know what? I can't play the Echo right at the top. Because if I do that, we won't be able to afford Steelsinger, because it costs 3. So I think we actually play the Echo right down here. And it's kind of awkward and annoying, and I don't like it, but we're gonna have to do it like this. So let's buff you. Let's move you to the front, because you're the one that's important to kill. That purges a little bit of spell shield, which is nice. We will consume 2 cards and get them back next turn. And the reap damage doesn't matter, so we'll give you more health. So that was not a great turn. But now we actually got our unit, our important unit. Move a unit to the front, deal damage. You're not dying, because you're stealthed. Probably reap to units. Can't reap on this. I could reap on this floor. We could just play an Edge Prior. Yeah? But the reap isn't gonna kill you regardless. I don't think there's a way of killing this gold collector, but we're getting 400 gold from the fight, so we really don't need to. Our Pyre might take some damage from spikes, but that's like not a big problem. I'd love to get a Steelsinger out though, or to get 2 of them out, but we can't. See, I think we do play you here. You're gonna do like almost 140 damage. If I play you at the top, what am I gonna get? If I play you at the top, I have a better chance of killing the Gilded Wing, which is why I'm debating it. I'm like, okay, what if we just play at the top? Reap 2. Play this. I could kill the Gold Collector. I have 4 energy in this turn. I don't know why I thought I did not have that much energy. I think we're gonna play you here. I know this is like, you know, taking a while. Nah, I think we're gonna play you here. We're gonna play you here. I'm gonna kill you. I'm going to Echo Snare you, so you take a little bit more damage. Probably pull you to the front. Although actually you're getting the kill on this guy and then you're doing 100 damage to him. So this is actually fine. I can pull you to the front, but what are you gonna do? Nothing. So I guess we'll just maybe Echo Snare. You know, don't even play it. Don't even play it. Let it stay in your discard pile. Bring back better spells, which we kind of did. So you're taking 144. Did not get the piercing card, but I can still kill you with 1 Echo Break. So that's a possibility. We do need to also play some saps. We also still have Vine Grasps. Don't forget about those. This floor, you're gonna die on the next floor, which is beautiful. You're dying now. I'm loving the days. I'm loving just having a sweeper at the bottom to just do a bunch of damage, you know? It's exactly what you're there for. Infused. Infuse -1 and consume from 7 cards. But it has to be a spell, right? Has to be a spell. So we could bring back Awake and play it, which seems like a very good idea. Because now it's cheaper, infused, consume. Oh, right, I didn't get the card added to my hand. Is it here? Is it here? I guess if you don't have room for Spell Chain, it doesn't proc. Interesting. But we'll heal you. Now you're taking 154. If we can just infuse a little bit more, we will be able to kill them. We should have played this in that case. So you know what? Now I don't have to play anything here to kill you specifically. I could play maybe a card to kill the Steel Wings, but I do not think that's important. I think we'll just trigger more regen. Perfect Insanity, we could play... You know, we could actually play it right now. Are these units dying as they move up? Yes. So you know what? Let's save the pyre damage from the spikes. But if I play this, I can't kill you, but I can still infuse. So we're gonna play Perfect Insanity, then the Sting, Now you're dead. Beautiful. It was a funky turn, but it worked. All right. Root Seeds or Echo Break. Echo Break can't kill anything, so we'll play a Root Seeds. Maybe could have played it on the sweeper. Bang, 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 bang. Disposable account says, what happened after Arcus? Anything noteworthy? Yes! My tanks heal themselves every turn, passively. Which means they get a damage buff every turn, passively. Which is pretty good. So Adaptive Mutation, we'll save that for later. You're taking 23 damage. I wouldn't mind a Glimmer, but there's no reason to. You're getting the kills on the important units. I'd rather give you more, procs of healing. I could even swap your stats right now and then put another tank in front of you. You'd go to a 175 times 2 unit. It's actually really good. Like really, 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 really good. So we play this. Apply Reap. Get you out there. Another Awake. Actually a raw heal on this guy seems like the best thing for us. Turn a consume spell to the top of your draw pile. Well, let's see what we get. Apply infused to cards in hand, another Awake or another Sap. I'll take another Sap. And then I think I'll mutate you so you're insanely overpowered. And then we'll bring back Bounding Echoes. I want Bounding Echoes so that I can actually put as many charged echoes on the floors, because the more echoes I get on the floors, the more likely I am to play Insanity when it shows up again. So you're dead, as expected. Apply Infused to cards in hand. We'll start stacking up that here. In fact, you're dead. Infuse, apply +3/+3. I'm gonna put a tank in front of you when it shows up, so do not worry, my friend. There's also no way in hell anything is gonna kill you, because you are a god. Well, at least until I get more regen stacks on you. Now you're pretty tough, but you're taking 753 damage, which is pretty good. And you are now the new tank. Yeah, we get it. You're gonna die to the sweep, so let's Glimmer again. I'd rather not give him Reap, I think, but I don't want to consume the card, now that I think about it. So we will return a consume spell to the top of your draw pile, which is going to be more regen. Pew pew! We're not gonna get consumed cards back anymore because our champion's gonna die, but you did a good enough job. At this point, I'm just waiting for Perfect Insanity to show up again. Which, oh, it's in our hand. Beautiful. Well, if it's in our hand, then we should play it. But we also need to add a card back to our hand and make it cheaper, which is gonna be a Glimmer, because it's a heal. And then we'll do it one more time and bring back Return Soul. Then we'll do 666 damage to you. Heal. Heal. Sting, sting, sting. Return Soul to bring another card back. Now, do we have another big heal? We have another Perfect Insanity, so we can keep that in our hand. How come this is free? Is it free because it cost -1, and then when it added 1 to the cost, it was still 0? If so, that is like a broken combination. Can I just play that over and over and over and over again now? Not quite, but almost. I don't know, it seems interesting. End turn. I think they're doing a pretty good job. Heal them up. Heal them up. Discard pile to your hand and apply. It's like, is there a way that I can get another heal out of this? I'm trying to think. I don't know. End turn. Okay. It's a very strange one. But we also got 400 gold and took no damage, so it's pretty decent. Another total recall. Adding cards to your hand, I think, is the way to go. And if we consume one, you know, whatever. Restore health, infused, or descend. So in theory, we could make one big floor on the bottom. It would be... the Shattered Shell in front and the Steelsingers, or Shattered Shell behind, and the Steelsingers on the very bottom floor acting as tanks for the Shattered Shell. I'd still probably want to have the Shattered Shell in the front specifically so that it could attack first for sweep, but we don't need that. You know, we can still put the Steelsingers on other floors. I think this is a skip. I think this is not an opportunity to get descend, because it's going to be hard to descend, because the Shattered Shell needs to be at the bottom. That's super important. What is this? A divine artifact. Consume, deal 60 damage to the front enemy unit. Champion is double damage, or 50% chance to do 10 damage. I mean, we consume so many cards that doing 60 damage per card is going to make Seraph insanely easy. Now, do we dupe you know, what if we... what if we dupe our Steelsinger again? What if we have 3 of these things? Why would I not? Why? Why not? Why not? Why would I not just dupe another one? And we'll dupe the largest one. When a spell with Consume is played, gain 1 charge echo. Sting spells gain plus 10 magic power and piercing. Actually like that. We don't need to worry about gaining charged echoes, we have enough. At the start of each battle, add 2 to each floor. First time each battle a card with Consume is played, add 2 copies to your hand. And daze 3 melee weakness 1 to enemy units on the bottom floor at the first wave. I like the copies. And then another large stone on the Shattered Shell. Sure, why not? Now, can I make you quick? Oh my god. He is going to murder everything. I love it. Okay. I mean, that's pretty good. We have 110 packed shards. We could go for an artifact. I don't think we need it. I don't think we need it. I don't think we even need to worry about Seraph, because Seraph is not going to be able to kill any of my units. My units are going to be absurdly strong. And we have 4 energy, so we can play Steelsinger on this turn. Oh, right. You know what I just realized? Last combat, we could have played Echo right at the top. I thought we still had 3 energy. We actually had 4. Anyways, 20 damage and piercing, purge, and play units. We're gonna play units. It needs to happen. Regen needs to activate. And then we're not gonna play any more spells up there. You're gonna die already, so let's not worry about you. We are taking 45 damage. I guess you do a lot of damage, but you know, we'll work on that. Sting you. A Vine Grasp will kill you next turn in that case, and I don't need to play those other 2 spells. Now this is a situation where I actually want the unit to hit me to get rid of melee weakness. So I think we're not gonna play anything there. I do like the Shattered Shell going out. We might wait on the Steelsinger then, because I don't have the energy to play him. The question is it worth more to sweep the bottom floor, or is it worth more to play the Steelsinger? I think it's worth more to sweep the bottom floor. Because this kills these Shadewings, and this guy is so big. So yeah, I want you to hit me. Right. Damn it. Well, you know, in that case, we might as well just, you know, heal as much as possible. Oh, that's a bad consume, but you know what? Whatever. I ruined your... I'm apparently just messing up. I think I'm just messing up a whole bunch. Whatever, end turn. I killed all the units I didn't want to kill, but at least we got our spells back. So, we'll imply some consume here. Now, I want you to hit me to purge the melee weakness. Except that just by playing this, it's gonna kill him. I think it's still worth it. Now that I understand what's going on, I understand that it's actually impossible for me not to kill a unit. But I think the regen is worth more. Discard pile to your hand and apply consume. Sure. We'll play this one here though, just to keep the points going up. We're not gonna play a glimmer. That floor is fine. We're just going to keep healing up here. Sting, they consumed, who cares? We're healing quite a bit. Melee weakness. Are you dead? You are dead. We're gonna have to find a way of keeping you alive. You are taking 16 plus 15 plus, the 16 is gonna hit twice. You're actually taking a lot of damage. It might not be possible to keep you alive unless I just consume a whole bunch of spells down here, and by consuming spells, kill you, because I only have to play 5 spells to get a kill. And then we'll sweep kill you. So that's probably what we're gonna go for. 2, 3, 4. I could even buff you, which might be a decent thing. 5, so that's you being killed. And then we will discard pile to your hand and make it better. And give it consume, okay? Dude, I mean, having a good awake seems like a very good idea right now. So that's more damage and consume. Consume spell to the top of your draw pile. Please bring back awake. We'll buff you. We'll consume this. I mean, now you're not losing the melee weakness, which is actually not what I wanted. But at the same time, everything's working. Discard pile to your hand and make it cheaper. Okay, bring back, I guess, return soul? I have look at how many of these freaking charged echoes I have on this floor. And I can keep playing this card infinitely, apparently. All right, that's good enough. I played like 20 cards on that turn. Okay, you're taking 43 damage. So don't play anything. If you're dying, consider that good. We'll play this, well, I mean, I guess we'll play it later. Consume. Consume. I like this because you are gonna lose melee weakness, but you're still gonna have full health. No, you're not gonna lose melee weakness because you're not attacking. Well, if you're not attacking, I guess I will just like buff you and give you another consume. And then, I guess root seeds. It's strange. It's strange that this unit on the bottom floor is the unit that I'm buffing, but like the top floor, all we need to do is just play as many heals as we can up there. This is also like extremely good because now we have the Steelsingers. I could even put one in front of this guy as a tank. Now that's smart. But we gotta play one of you. And then return a card that gives me energy would be beautiful right now, but I do not have that capability. So what we're gonna do, it's gonna buff your damage, but only by a little. There's the perfect insanity. You're still living. You're gonna go down to 1 HP, but you are still living. That's beautiful. Did not get many heal cards in that turn. Hate doing it, but I am gonna probably play a Glimmer. Oh, we also have the other Steelsinger. I mean, I'm very tempted to just put you down here as a functional tank. I mean, you have 27 regen. The boss is not gonna be able to kill you. So yeah, let's just play you down here as a tank. Yeah, we get it. And then we'll just play these cards. You need to die first. All right. You don't even need to heal. Like, if you die, whatever. The top floor is really where, you know, all this is at. Apply infused to cards in hand. Well, it is a consume card, but it's not a card that I want to consume, if that makes any sense. I have another perfect insanity. So you know what? There you go. I know we're making you stronger, okay? There's not much I can do about that. So now you're at a 175 times 2 minion. And then we will, I guess, just purge that, play that. What card do we want next turn? More regen? Because I'm gonna put the regen on the other unit so that he gets more triggers. Because you have 25, that's enough. Now you're gonna get triggers and you're gonna get stronger for the next combat. Then you're healing. Apply infuse the cards in hand. Bring another consumed card back. Probably a glimmer because it hits them both. And then we could also bring back another double stack of regen just to make sure that we don't die. Might as well play that. And I mean, on this floor we are doing a lot of damage. In case you didn't notice, it is a lot of damage. End turn. Ion asks, what did we do in Isaac yesterday? Fredeko says, Abe rolled the Lost and regretted it. I did play the Lost a lot in the past few days, which is kind of unfortunate in Isaac. All right. So what do we got first? We have the sweeper. I think we do sweeper, tank, tank, and then on the bottom floor, the other tank. So sweeper, you can go here. We're guaranteed, because I don't want to lose energy, but we're guaranteed to draw another card next turn. You guys gain strength if I play this. It's not enough to get a kill on you, though. I think we'll do it like this. No more cards to draw. Yeah, I didn't purge anything, or didn't consume anything. So the first card we consume, we're gonna get more copies of it. Let's just remember that. So we have a Steelsinger. You have to go out. Now everything is dying. Now what card do we want to consume and add copies of? Probably Total Recall. You gain armor? You gain armor. There's not much we can do about that. I guess we'll play it up here. Although, no, right, we don't do damage anymore. Okay, so we'll play it like this. So now we have more copies of them. Are they in the draw pile? I don't know, like, I don't know if this is working properly, because when a card can't fit in my hand, it just seems to vanish. I don't know if that's working as intended. You're taking 20 damage. We have no heal. Well, we actually did have an awake, but I didn't get an opportunity to play it, I feel. Consume won't do anything. We have one consume card. It is Total Recall. This is a strange one, but I actually feel like maybe you just don't even play anything. I could buff someone. And then, oh, you know, we do have an opportunity to play Returned Soul. To bring back a card, to make it cheaper and apply Consume. You might as well bring something back that's worth playing. And you'll get it back next turn. We really do need to get the other Steelsinger out, though, and start buffing them with heals. But it's hard to do that when you're trying to also get these units out. See, you're the better one, so I think we're gonna put you out. How are you doing? You're dead? They all have spikes. That would explain why you are, in fact, dying. I might be able to keep you alive, though. I think we gotta start here, though. This is the more important floor. So this floor is now fine. We don't have to worry about it. Apply infuse to cards in hand. We might be able to hit perfect insanity here. Now you're living, which is beautiful. I can almost get to perfect insanity, but I won't be able to play it. Let's give you more health. We really do need to start the regen train, but they heal passively every turn, so we don't need to worry about that right now. Like, they have enough health. That's why I gave them all the health upgrades I could. Might be worth more to just, like, you know, purge some cards out of your deck and whatnot. See what we get out of this. A Sting, a Steel Enhancer, and an Awake that I can't play, but that's okay. Okay, now that I'm not spending all of my energy every turn playing units, I feel like I can actually play some other cards. So let's get that show on the road. You're living, so we don't need to worry about you. A Glimmer here is okay. You're still alive. I would need to do a lot of damage to the frontline unit here to kill you. If you hit the pyre for 10, I really don't mind. This is a great perfect insanity. This is the enemy and the reason why I wanted this card, because it's just so unbelievably good against them. We're gonna give you more health. We're going to play a Sting. Apply Consume cards from the discard to your hand. It'd have to be like a free card with infusion. Apply infuse to cards in hand. Yeah, okay, so we can't get that. Well, we could play Perfect Insanity next turn. We don't have to play it on this turn, I suppose, which means maybe we can kill you. Consume spell to the top of your draw pile. That'll be Bounding Echoes. Bounding Echoes means we can play Perfect Insanity. I think we're gonna start stacking regen. You're gonna make it with 1 HP, but a single purge card will kill you. So I do not mind that. Okay, apply infuse to cards in hand. We're gonna start that here. You're actually almost dead, but if I kill you with Perfect Insanity, I can still do bleed over damage to Divinity. So that's probably what we'll do. I could also play the Steelsinger in order to keep our sweeper alive. I forget that you also attack every turn. That's why we're taking so much damage. So I think we'll murder you. That's 500 damage being done to you. Oh, you added a card to my draw pile when I killed you. That's not fun. What the heck are you doing, dude? I think we will still Steelsinger now. Get a tank out. Give you more health. I forgot to kill you. After all of that, I forgot to kill you. But you were dazed! Let's go. Beautiful. Now, where's the Glimmer? Glimmer's in the draw pile. Okay. How does this floor look? You're dying. Because these guys do a lot of damage. Well, we need to keep you alive. You're still dying? Now you're living. Wow. Okay, reduce your damage. Give you some more heals. Discard pile to your hand and apply Consume. We're gonna need this card, so let's make sure we have it in hand. Could, swap your stats. These guys are gonna make it through, and I kinda hate it, but I have no real way of killing them. You know what? I can kill one. There's one down. Apply Consume. So do it like this. Draw +1 next turn, and then return soul to bring back, let's say, this one. then we still have perfect insanity. We're gonna keep this because that's gonna kill the boss unit that moves up. Pew pew! And you know, I can just sting that unit that made it up. Did we lose energy? Ah, you were dazed. You're not dazed anymore, so we're gonna have very low energy next turn. But let's murder you. There's perfect insanity. There's also Glimmer. Glimmer needs to be played. I think it's more important to play it here. I know that we're killing these units, but the tanks on this floor I think need to live more than anything else. Then, bring a card back, apply Consume. Bring a card back, apply Consume. I don't mind that consuming. Insanity on you, beautiful. Consume on you, let's swap your stats so you do significantly more damage. Consume Echo Snare. I don't really want to consume these cards because I want to bring back better things. So let's play a Total Recall. There's only one spell to bring back? I guess I did kind of waste that turn. You know, I'm just going to play. I'm just going to dump it, get it out of my deck. Pew pew! The boss units have been killed. We only have to deal with the standard minions, and there's only 2 waves remaining. So right now we are still in the clear. You are dying. You do not matter. And in fact, at this point, I can let you die, because next turn, the Shattered Shell is gonna live and sweep. This is fine. We just want to build up on this floor now, so we're gonna stack up as much regen as possible. Now, I still don't really have too much in the way of energy on this turn, but I can still stack up more regen. Should have probably played that. I wanted to consume the sap in case we drew it again. Okay, so you're gonna get the kills and then you're gonna die, but you don't matter. Good regen. Return a consume spell to the top of your draw pile. Might as well play this here. We could perfect insanity to the boss or get more health. I think we want more health. So I'm gonna bring both of these back next turn. You're all dying, that's great. You do 75 damage, that means you're getting the kill on that guy, beautiful. So we'll stack up some charged echoes on this floor, I suppose. You're dying, no reason to Steel Enhance you. You have 194 HP, which is pretty decent. Pew, pew! And then this is it. This is not the end, except it is. Heal you, heal you. You have 50 regen. That's probably enough. I don't know, bring back a Steel Enhancer, why not? Discard pile to your hand. I don't have any cards to bring back. And you go to my draw pile, I can't even draw you. I don't know why I'm playing these at this point. I'm just playing them to play them. I wish I could get these cards on this turn. Anyways, so Steelsinger carried the day. Got some pretty good upgrades for him. And yeah, they do a lot of damage. And we had, surprisingly, a decent capability of killing the units on the bottom floor, but that's because we had that super sweep unit. If we didn't have him, I don't know what we would do on the bottom floor. I guess we would just use those stings and those vine grasps to pull the enemy units around into a position where I could kill them. But here's the thing, and I only really noticed this towards the end there. Oh, we already had the victory there, unfortunately. I only really noticed this towards the end there. We had a problem with not being able to draw the vine grasps. If our hand was full, we don't get the card. And so if we don't get the card, I couldn't maneuver the enemies around. So I guess we had too much card draw. And that's maybe something that we should keep in mind in the future. The stings are good, but with the stings, and drawing too many cards and getting 2 cards back with the consume champion, it was frequently, most turns, I didn't have any capability of actually getting the Sting and the Vine Grasp into my hand. Because that Vine Grasp, you know, pulling enemies in front of tanks or just killing weak backline enemies is a very good reason to have Vine Grasps in your deck. Anyways, that was still a very fun run. Extremely great artifacts and extremely great units. I love getting units like this, where you just get a unit and you make him strong and then duplicate him and then, you know, make him have 200 damage and 200 health with multi-strike every combat. It's beautiful. For those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go live. Support me on Twitch, Patreon, and Streamlabs, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Monster Train.